Hello, good day, writing realmers. Today we are doing some more live stream writing sprints. 20-minute sprints with 5-minute chat breaks in between. So give me a shout out if you're with us. Story TyRant was here just a moment ago. However, it seems she's experienced some technical difficulties. Oh, and there she is. Here she comes. Welcome to the stage, Story TyRant. Good day, Miss Tyra. How are you today?
Very good. How are you?
Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Hello, Laura. Good morning. Nice
Morning.
to see you.
Are you coming to say hello as well? Are you?
Okay, I'm going to put on our 5-minute timer to give people a few moments to join us.
You don't even like words. You think words are silly. Ugh.
Sure. All right. People have now officially 5 minutes to join us. Hello, John. Hail. Welcome. Nice to see you. What is everybody working on today? Are we still editing, Laura? And John, what are you working on today? I am going to continue with the auto budget that seems to be taking forever. And Tyra, you're working on editing Blood is Black, correct?
Yes, I should have finished it by now. I'm so bad. Bad.
You're a bad girl.
Yeah, bad.
That's so fun doing that. Anyways.
Right, Dad?
Yep, Laura is doing some more editing. Wunderbar. We shall get through this, and we shall get through this together.
Oh, sometimes it feels like the editing just takes longer than writing the book. It does. It does for me.
It does, but it's backwards for me with the auto budget. I think it's going to take a lot less time to edit, and it's a lot more time to write.
Yeah.
Because it's very like technical stuff, right? And editing a couple of different stories I'm bouncing between. It is editing day for most of you, but not for me. Well, as they say, misery loves company, and so do writers. That's actually going to be in my podcast intro. It's going to be. You ever hear that famous saying, "Misery loves company"? Yes, well, so do writers. That's going to be in my my podcast. So, anyways, I got some feedback on my chapter 14, so I'm adding to it. It sounds very spicy now. Ooh, I like it. Spicy is fun. You know, I'm going to be like one of those people that really needs a copy of this.
You're not the only one.
Yes, we are a fan already. Editing takes longer than writing for me.
Yeah. You're like.
I think it depends on what you're writing. Like, I'm finding that the fiction takes not as much time to write, but a buttload of time to edit. But I'm finding the nonfiction takes takes a little bit longer to write, but less time to edit, if that makes any sense. Deal. Yay! I want to read it. I want to read it. What is the name of it again? I don't know if we ever asked you that. I would like to write this down so that I'll never forget. Yes, so Nerdalific auto budget, Blood is Black, and John is editing different stories. So, John, are yours short stories that you're editing? One-handed typing.
What an interesting title.
That, kind of makes the imagination go a little wild, to be honest. One-handed typing. I'm wondering what the cover is going to look like. Do you have a cover designer already? Or no, were you the one that was into cover design yourself? I can't recall. I could be wrong. I know somebody was on the stream that enjoyed doing their own covers. All right, fiction. So editing is the greater part of writing. Yeah, I think it's a huge thing. One's a novel, one is a shorter, but possibly evolve into something longer. Isn't that how it goes? You always plan a short story, but sometimes it's hard to keep it in that little box. I've done one myself. Yes, that's what I thought. Yes, covers. Tyra also does her own covers. I've done my own covers for ebooks. I haven't done one for print book, and that's something that I'm going to run into, or I'm going to have to learn, just the sizing and how to keep the binding separate from the front and back cover, right? That's how it works when you submit it to a printer. I don't know how that works for. Do you need some water, dear? I don't know how that works for like KDP, like if you're going to do a print on demand service, like how you actually import that. So I've got to learn all of that stuff still.
Yeah, you must just supply the files as well, like I'm assuming.
Yeah, like we supply the files, but I'm not sure. Excuse me. I'm not sure if they still keep the covers separate, like in 3 packages, or if it's all in one.
I've done wrap covers where I've done the whole cover in a single thing with a.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Oh
With
yes,
a
please go ahead.
attached bookmark, and it was very awkward because you got to know your paper weight and you have to know your cover weight. You got to, and you're doing in millimeters. You're doing the sizing. So I did it. I've done it. I've done it twice, but
Okay.
I rather just do the 3. Oh, May, good.
May I post? Yeah. Of course. We would like
Oh,
to see that link. I don't know, like sometimes YouTube will block it. So if I see it on here and it says that it's blocked, then I'll put it through, but I don't know if it's going to work. We can try. So
nice.
a digital marketer, that's kind of cool. That's actually good to have, especially when you're, a writer and you start publishing things. It's good to have somebody in your life that's a digital marketer. That's awesome. Book covers.
It works.
I'll have to keep this in mind. Okay, I am going to get our first sprint timer ready.
Oscar, I don't need your help with this.
Oh, bless you. He always sneezes on my live streams. That's funny. It's like he's allergic to my live stream. Okay. Anyways, on that note, let's get some words down, or edited, or removed, or added to, or whatever we're working on. So, on your marks, get set, and go. Alrighty, sprint number 1 is complete. Let's go to our little 5-minute chat break. How's everybody doing? How's the editing going? I'm not entirely sure how many words I've written. Maybe 200. I feel like it's slow going because I have to really think about this and plan it out. So, yes, how's everybody else doing? I'm going to check my email again, Laura, and see if I've got that email in yet. I've checked my junk folder, and I don't think it has come in yet. It's very odd. Maybe if I close my email down and open it again. I'm using Outlook, so I have the Outlook app on my computer, and it connects to the online server. So it should just, come in as soon as the email comes in, but you never know.
Hi. I saw your sister beat you up. I did, yeah.
Did the kitty get beat up?
Yeah, his sister beat him up.
Aw.
I know, she's mean. You just wanted to play and she beat you up.
Yeah. We had to put our kitty down this week.
I'm sorry.
He used to come and sit on my desk when I was writing every once in a while.
I'm sorry.
We miss him. But aside from that, 300 words, adding a section to the story. Oh, that's a good idea. Hey, you did really well. 300 words. Yes.
Can you not put your...
I'm going to send it from my phone.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. It hasn't come in yet, so I don't think there should be this much of a time delay. Email's generally pretty quick, especially online. Thank you. Yeah, it's been... Oh, I got it. Yeah, it's been a very challenging week. It wasn't... I kind of had that feeling for a while. He wasn't doing well and not eating very much, and he was losing a lot of weight. But when I took him in, they said there was nothing they could really do for him, and although they could give him something to improve a bit, he'd go eventually anyways. So it was better for him.
And painfully so. Yeah, it was better.
So, okay, so let's see. I got a picture. I got a picture.
If you hadn't run up to her,
link I don't see a link. I see a picture. Did you want me? I don't know if we can post a picture on there. Open. It's always the quiet ones. I like the cover though. I wonder if I can actually share this on my screen. Let's try this. Sharing. I still have the timer up, so I'll still hear when it's done. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, where is it? Well, I can go like this. Oh, where did it go? There.
I like it.
It's a little bit cut off at the top, I think, but I like it. I like her, how she's standing, and she has this little attitude, and you can just see it in her expression. It kind of reminds me of something. I don't know. What's that show called? I can see her. She's the lawyer, but do you know what I'm talking about? She's a lawyer.
Legally Blonde?
Yeah, that's the one. She kind of reminds me of Legally Blonde. The way that her facial expression is and the way she's standing. I love it. Oh, that's cute. I like that. You got like a little pose here.
Yeah.
I like that. I like it. Good job.
Yeah, it is a good job.
Okay, I'm going to
put a blanket down for you. How about I put the blanket on the chair for you? Okay.
Awesome.
I love him, but I'm going to try to convince him to lay on the blanket.
So what software did you use to create that? Actually, I have, I don't know if I have my covers on here or not. I'll show you the most recent one that I did. Share screen. This one. So this is the most recent one that I did for.
Don't poke on your sister.
Actually, my banner's kind of taking over here. But that was, I used, what did I use? I used Corel Paint Shop Pro Ultimate to do that one. And stop sharing and back to, yeah, it's all this technical stuff. I used Canva because I lost my, oh, how do you lose your Photoshop? How did that work? Wow. that's terrible. Oh, Tyra's got. Oh, that's one that you designed, right?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Okay, the timer's up.
Not for me. Not for. I did this for other people. Did this. Did past tense. Did past tense.
But didn't you do? Didn't you do this one too?
Yeah. Yes, I bought that from a art student. It's actually a layered picture, and it was really cool. Yeah, I had them. I paid her $300, and I did the cover. That was the very first cover I did for any book.
I like it.
And
you know, I kind of like designing the cover, but sometimes it's hard to find the right pictures. Like I like the thought process and doing the layers and figuring out how the layout's going to go, but sometimes it's hard to find the picture that you want.
yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to, I don't know why this is like I'm bouncing everywhere. May look like I'm organized, but I tell you. Okay, and I'm going to minimize this and got a new PC and then I couldn't find the disk. Ah, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have like possibly any emails where you have your registration confirmation or anything? Oh, that's brutal. I don't know. I would be like, did you go through digging through your stuff and all your boxes? I would probably be me digging through all my files and all my drawers. You probably were like in panic mode. I don't know what I would do if I lost all my software that I need. Like, okay, I'm gonna get us back into some productivity time here. So get ready, get set, and go. Woohoo! I don't think I changed my sprint timer there. I think we are going on to sprint number 3, are we not? Oh. Okay, so I'm going to go back to, okay, well, that was sprint number 2, I'm pretty sure. So, right, Tyra? Am I crazy? We've done 2 sprints. Oh, you're still muted, by the way.
Sorry.
Just saying.
I'm good with this. I'm good.
Don't cry, Tyra. I know it's hard to write sometimes or edit. Editing sucks.
It does. I'm going to get fresh tea. I'll be right back. I need caffeine.
I'm using my Hockey Mum cup.
Nice.
It's kind of like a Yeti, so it's pretty awesome, and it keeps everything super hot. So how's the writing, editing process going? Yes. I think I might actually finish my rough draft on the auto budget today. I think I might actually get it done now that I've geared down and I'm in the zone. I think I can do this. So Tyra can soon expect to receive my rough draft, but I'm going to self-edit first, of course.
Yay!
But I think I will feel really good to get this done. 260 words. Whoop, whoop. I really like how consistent you are, John. I'm kind of jealous. I know you normally range from 250 to 300 every sprint. I wish I could do that. I don't even know how much I got in this one. I should really keep track of it just so I can make sure I'm being nice and productive. Okay. Yeah, I probably got about 280, I want to say. So I'm right in the same ballpark as you, John, so we're doing good. My son decided he wanted a shower, so I didn't get much done this time. I understand that. Yes, I do. I have 2 boys. Aren't they fun? Do you like that saying? Mothers of boys. What is that saying again? Something from sun up till sundown or something like that. I can't remember it all. Yes, lovely. So, John, tell us more about your wife's work, the digital marketing, or your girlfriend's work. And what kind of stuff does she do, like cover designs for other people? Does she sell her designs? Thank you. I am less alone. Yeah. I don't know. I think like Sunday, by the time I get to Sunday, I'm having like constant brain farts. There's like a lot of air up there or something. Yes, great. Nothing like a gassy brain. Anywho, yes, so I feel like I'm out of words. So feel free to put in some messages there to get me talking again.
Just waiting for my tea to heat up.
That is a good point, John. It's the quality, not the quantity. Very good point. You know, I think that's why I have such a hard time with Nano. I can meet the goal count or the goal word count without a problem. Like, yeah, you've got the roller coaster, the ups and the downs, and you have those periods of time where you just can't get the words out or you need a break. But in the end, I'm always disappointed with the quality. So when I go back to writing non-nano, I feel less rushed and I feel like the quality of writing is a lot better. So I think you're right about that one. The more pressure you put on yourself to get that word count in, sometimes your quality is worse. She does marketing for a company that produces software for mental health professionals. That's awesome. But in her experience is included much graphic design. I gotcha. Wow. That sounds like a really great job. Producing software. Does she do like web design and stuff as well? I'm not into software creation per se, but I do a lot of massive like formulas, and I'm learning coding and stuff in Excel and in Visual Basics. Yeah. Welcome back, TyRant. I hope you're ready to be productive.
I am. Even though I have a little helper here again. He was laying on the blanket.
Because our timer's up.
Oh, no.
And I don't know if you heard that, but I'm hoping today I might get to send you my rough draft for my auto budget.
I did hear it. I yelled, "Yay!" I didn't know if anybody heard me.
Oh, I kind of heard something. I wasn't too sure if it was to me or not.
Oh, yeah, no, it was to you. It was like, yay.
Yay. Yes. All right.
Isn't this our third sprint?
Yes, we're going into our third sprint. Yes, why don't I change that banner now before I forget again?
I get confused.
Why is it so hard? Oh, she gets to work from home. That's lucky. I find that can be depressing after a while, depending on if you're very organized and structured and allow yourself to get out of the house and go out and do things. Yes, web design is part of it. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. She's very skilled. At least she has, you know what, with the way things are in the world today, it's nice to have that backup too. So she has experience with that kind of stuff. So if anything ever happened that she needed to find another job or more work or something, or went down to part-time, then at least she has a lot of skills that she can use to do other things. So that's wunderbar. Yes, I just said that. Okay, let's get ready.
Let's get ready to write.
Get ready to write. I can't say rumble.
I know.
Okay, here we go. Woohoo! Third sprint is done. Let's set up our 5-minute break timer. So, how'd everybody do? I actually finished about 95% of this. So, all I got to do now is work on this little improvement plan thing. How'd you do, Tyra? Oh, you're still muted. I'm going to unmute you. Okay, you're unmuted. Oh, no, you're not. I can't unmute you. All right. Apparently, I'm not allowed to unmute you. I'm allowed to mute you, but I can't unmute you.
No, I had muted myself because of forgetting to mute in the past.
Muting is futile.
On page 344 out of a lot.
Yeah, a lot. It's a big book. And I'm not complaining. It was really good.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see your revised version after you've done everybody else's edits. And I can't wait to see it again.
I know. There's a few things I said no to, but almost everything. It's like an awful lot of commas where there should be a period, or a period where there should be a comma. An awful lot. I hadn't realized that. And every once in a while, I put wondering versus wandering.
I think I might have caught a few of those. I think.
Yes. Well, I recognize your spelling, so yes.
It's getting. Do you need a minute?
Sounds like she's having fun.
Yes, it does sound like she's having a lot of fun. I'm working on the improvement plan section of the budget. So like tips on how to reduce your spending and stuff like that. But it's not as easy as it sounds because I'm not like a pro budget person. Okay, 250 words again that time. Good job.
Yes. Yeah, shake a stick at that.
250 of good quality writing. I was going to ask, maybe you all have some input on this. What do you think is the most important difference between an ebook cover and a print book cover? I have never designed a print book cover, and I'm just wondering what you think is the best or biggest importance difference. Importance different.
The biggest difference and the most important thing is that they're serving two similar but different audiences. Your book cover, your ebook cover, you have to think of as a thumbnail. You have to think about it as people seeing it flash by very small. Do you know what I mean? Usually against a white background. Whereas your book cover is more like a photograph or a picture where it's sitting usually against a dark background. It's much larger and it's competing for visual grab. So whereas you want a very simple cover for an ebook because you want it very clearly seen as a thumbnail, you want to almost, what would be the term, complicated cover? You want a picture that grabs people's attention and draws them in. And you don't have much to play with. Like, yeah, you see? You have to have more, you have a lot more going on in a print book cover.
Right.
And
that looks really simple.
It does.
It's mostly there's stuff going on in the background.
And see how he's played with it? It gives you the illusion of simpleness, so it catches your attention, and then once you've noticed the words, you're drawn into the picture of what's going on. Boom. Yeah. And remember, 7 seconds.
Yeah. Like this is pretty sharp. I like the colors on this one. This is that Parallel Prairies book. Yep. But like there's like this creepy stuff going on.
Oh, yeah, I knocked things over. Okay. On that Parallel Prairies, and I noticed all the newer books, not all of them, but most of them, their titles are much clearer. The words are clearer.
It's very simple font, yeah.
To overlap as a thumbnail as well.
I did a search on the word delicious in my text of 54,000 words, and it showed up 14 times. I went through and changed it to a different word about 8 times. Nice. The spine is important because on a shelf, that might be all they see. Ah, that's a good point. That's something that I've never designed is a spine. So, like,
the problem with the spine, it has to be readable. That is the number. Think of the spine as the old days thumbnail. So even though I'll use this one again as a cover. This is not a cover I've done, but you have all the trees and the picture. But on the spine, I guess on the spine, see how clean and easily that is to read? It's nice. The blue jumps out from the black. The white jumps out.
Yeah.
Very clean, easy to read, because the spines are like a thumbnail for the book. Some people run lots of pictures over them. I don't really recommend that unless there's a nice contrast like this with the color you've picked.
Okay.
You'll also notice a lot more spines have, they have very clean writing, very clear writing. And they do that. I'm looking at all these books. Which one should I grab?
Oh, right. Like this one, there is nothing but, very catchy.
Clean and clearly, and it's the words that grab your attention.
Yeah.
Right? The word dirty, hard word. Not a naughty, which is too soft and long. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah.
Right.
Always think of ebooks as thumbnails. Think of book covers for a printed book as a poster. How's that?
I gotcha. Right. Yeah, so it has to jump. Like, I think I'm improving on the ebook cover design. I think I'm understanding it a lot better. Like the font needs to stand out as well as the colors on the picture. Had nothing on the front cover. It was all about the spine.
Well,
yeah. It depends on how they do their bookshelves, right? Because some of the bookshelves have the front cover and then beside it is the spines.
Mm-hmm.
Or other ones just have the spines.
That's part of a guerrilla marketing tactic. I used to go to the bookstores in Winnipeg. I used to do once a month. I'd hit all the bookstores and grab all the books that my little company had put out or books of friends. And I would take them and put them in areas. So for instance, the Prairie Writers, I would grab a bunch of the voices and I would move them around the store and I would put them in different places, like wherever there was collections, and I would face them out. And I would put them all over the store. I do that for friends and my books.
Awesome.
Yes.
I
So
didn't know you did that.
Oh yes, guerrilla marketing. I actually, it was funny because at the chapters at Polo Park for a while there, I'd come in and lady would come over. This one lady would come over and go, "Hi, Tyra," and I go, "Hi, Melissa." She goes, I was the first small/indie publisher, she called me. I said, boutique, I'm a boutique, but I don't do that anymore. I was the first one who brought her self-published books in the words of the store manager that were actually books. And I remember handing her handing him a folder, and he said, "Yeah, we don't take self-published books because it's a book. It's actually a book." And I said, yes, it is. And he took it, he flipped it over. It has the UPC. It had everything it needed. It was priced, all that. And we had about a 20-minute discussion on the things he would love to tell if he was able to in independent or self-publishing authors, because these were reasons why they said no to their books. And I always thought to myself, that would be a great conversation to have with these people.
Yeah. That's the other thing I have to look at. We can talk about that more after, but the barcode on the very back of the book, like that is just your ISBN number, right? So when I go to the Archives in Library Canada and I get that code, isn't that the same thing?
No. Part of it is, yeah. Okay, so for Voices, Voices is a journal. Periodical, so it has ISSN, and this number is assigned by the Canadian government for the journal. Whereas when I publish my stuff,
like this one, the Don't Worry, It's Just the Wind.
Yeah. So it's a is it 13? Is it 13? It's the International Book Code.
Oh, I see. Because you've got your ISBN number and then the barcode number. It's two completely different things.
Yes. And they're based on your publisher, both the USB, not the USB, both the International Book Code and the other thing is based on where it's published, what it like. There's a whole bunch of things involved there. And,
okay, well, we'll have to ask you more about that.
Yeah.
After. Yes. Yes, thank you. Now I'll think about it some more. Okay, so let's get through our next writing sprint, and then we'll come back, and then we'll do one more after this. Sound good? Okay, let's get going. Ready, set, go. Alrighty then. Back to our 5-minute timer. How did everybody do? I am using ProWritingAid. Yes, I'm using ProWritingAid for my editing, and wow, I made some funky mistakes.
I have a question. I'm struggling with something. Let me just read it to you. I have originally here. He saw her French manicured nails and the little purse she held gently. I was thinking her French manicured nails stood out against the clutch purse.
Okay, read it again.
Well, right now I have, he saw her French manicured nails and the little clutch and the little purse she held gently. I was going to change it to her French manicured nails stood out against the little.
Yeah, instead of saying he saw this or he saw that.
Yeah.
Karina's
POV anyway, so against
her French. Well, what color? Oh yeah, French manicure. That's the white, right? The white and then the plain nail, yeah. Right? So
yes, they're very elegant.
Her elegant French manicured nails stood out in contrast against the blah 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 purse.
No, stood out against, or is good enough, because in contrast literally means stood out against.
Oh,
so
good point.
Saying it twice. So I'm in editing mode.
ProWritingAid and Grammarly. Okay, so I tried Grammarly for free. I never did the paid amount. I found that there was more setting options in ProWritingAid. I didn't use Grammarly enough just because I tried the free version of both, and I really liked ProWritingAid better. The thing is, Grammarly there's a monthly fee. You do not have the opportunity for a lifetime account. So you can buy, like, I'm sure there's like discounts and stuff, but either way, you're going to be paying for as long as you use it. Where ProWritingAid, you pay for it once and then you don't have to pay for it again. And there's continuous support. So they have regular updates and they have a good customer service. They also have these sessions where you're invited to join these like live Zoom sessions to talk about what changes there are and what kind of questions, you know, other people like the users have. I also liked the fact that you could adjust. I don't know if you can do it in Grammarly, but ProWritingAid, you can adjust what country you're writing in, because then it'll actually tell you whether you have the wrong spelling. So it catches my US spelling and suggests a Canadian spelling because they know I'm in Canada. But they're always updating it and they're always improving it. So I think the cost is well worth it for ProWritingAid, where Grammarly, again, I never tried the paid version of it, but I didn't find the option to change it to a Canadian spelling. I think Grammarly, I don't know for sure, I could be wrong, but I think Grammarly is mainly US. I could be wrong.
I think it is too, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I like ProWritingAid's adjustability and their maintenance of the software. So, and also ProWritingAid you can use in Scrivener. You can use it in Word. You can use an online app. You can use, there's a downloadable app outside of all software, so you can import your documents directly into ProWritingAid and update it. But they have tons of reports. They talk about readability. They talk about repetitive words. It'll catch repetitive words through the whole document, or repetitive words that are close together. So like in the same section, if you use too many I's, or if you use too many, blues, if you say the color too many times in a short section, it'll catch that for you. I've learned a lot about, the quality of writing for ProWritingAid. So, okay, stood out from is more dramatic, maybe something more specific. White manicured nails stood out against the dark gold of her little purse. Yeah, I like that.
Her French manicured nails stood out against her little green purse. Her little green clutch purse. Should I be even more specific? Clutch purse.
I think the fact that it's small, I mean, either say small or clutch, but I mean, I wouldn't know what a clutch purse is, so I don't know if everybody will know that.
Oh, her little green clutch person.
It might be more easier to understand if it's just her small purse, then everybody will visualize a small physical purse.
Okay.
Or a clutch purse. Okay, what's a clutch purse? Is that hand size? Is it big? Is it, you know, I don't know.
It's literally, yeah, it's literally a clutch purse is literally one you hold in your hand. It's barely enough for a wallet.
Right. Okay, so there are people that do use both. I actually watched, there's another video on YouTube. I can't remember what it is, but it's Grammarly versus ProWritingAid. It's like a side-by-side comparison. And there's actually some errors that they disagree on. So Grammarly does catch the occasional error that ProWritingAid might not, but then ProWritingAid has a different opinion on Grammarly's fix. So it can cause more confusion, or it could catch mistakes that the other software wouldn't catch. But they disagree sometimes, not on everything. Most of it is pretty much similar, but there's that odd thing that they think of differently. It's the way they're programmed. Manicured tips. Manicured.
Well, it's a French manicure. Manicured tips.
Right. So I think most people should know what French manicured tips is, I would think.
I don't know. Who's using manicured?
Right. Oh, yes. John said that right there. Most people won't know. Oh, I see. So John wouldn't know what French. You don't know, right? When you read just French manicured. Right. You're right, because not everybody goes to get a manicure.
Yeah.
That might be an assumption on our side. So you're right.
He writes romance. That's how he knows French. Plus, his girlfriend told him. That's literally how the character knows.
Right. Right. Because you're in his head. If he's thinking it, then maybe think the words French manicured. But if he's just noticing it and it's more for the reader to see what he's seeing, then he's right. Maybe the white tipped French manicured or something, or white tipped manicured.
The white tips of her French manicured nails stood out against her little green clutch purse.
Yes, I like that.
Precise detail. I'm always ranting about precise detail. I really get my nails done. Actually, like never. Actually, that is a good gift for men, I'm told, is have men get a manicure. And I laughed because I try to see my father getting a manicure. It won't happen. But it's just, you know. And then when I mentioned this to my boys, they gave me the look that men give you when you've said something insane. But then they kind of thought about it and then went, you know, they have friends who've had them done, mostly for weddings.
Yeah, you know, I have to say, and maybe this sounds a little judgmental, but when I think of a man getting a manicure, I think of a high maintenance man. You know?
When I think of a girl getting one, I think the same thing.
I think I like the manly man who doesn't care what his nails look like. Because I don't care.
Well, I like clean hands. I like clean hands. I don't mind calluses. I don't mind large hands. I like large hands on a man, but I like clean hands. And a man who looks after his fingernails, keeps them trimmed, I find it's a thing I like. But I love well-maintained men's feet when they're nice. I have a thing for men's feet.
I think, okay, so let me rephrase this. If a man goes for like a manicure once in a while, like once a year, or right for those special occasions, that's completely different than a man that goes for a manicure on an ongoing basis. Like, I mean, if this guy's going like bi-weekly or monthly, that's a little bit high maintenance.
Yeah.
You know, but going once in a while just to clean things up, there's nothing wrong with that.
See, I remember, and this is my age group, people, and no, I'm not a boomer. I am an X-Gen. I remember a fellow in my age group who, how shall I put this? He goes for he gets a mani-pedi and scaping done. And I was like, you're telling me there's somebody in Winnipeg who will do male body
manscaping? Yes.
Manscaping. He goes, yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, he went because his girlfriend, his first girlfriend who he fell madly in love with, had him go and do this because she liked it. And after they broke up, he just kept doing it. Yeah. And I'm like, Okay. Get used to it. I'm like, sure.
Okay, so for this next sprint, Laura, I'm going to put, while we're doing the sprint, I'm going to put my document up on the screen and I'm going to show you how I'm using ProWritingAid, so that if you're interested in seeing what kind of stuff it's catching, it might interest you. So hopefully that's helpful for you. Okay, so I'm going to put the timer on and then I'm going to share my Word document. Sound good? All right. I'm just going to change the banner. So this is going to be the last sprint of the day. And here we go. Good luck. Okie dokie, our last sprint is done. How did everybody do on your last sprint?
Good, good, good. I'm adding a bit more tension. I'm being helped a lot.
Yeah. That is good. That is good. I am halfway through my ProWritingAid edit on, well, sorry, I'm not halfway through. I'm halfway through the real-time checker, and then I have to go through all of the repeats, the overused words, the readability. I have lots more to do on here, and I didn't even do my real, I normally do like a self-edit first, and then I use ProWritingAid, but I'm kind of skipping that part right now because I think I've looked at it too much. So I'm not really catching what needs to be improved.
Yeah, that happens.
But I might just do this and send it to you as is and say whatever.
Okay. And it's not fiction, right? It's nonfiction. So it's edited slightly differently than fiction. Remember that.
Yeah, this is my first time getting nonfiction edited. Our editor, Amanda, she had said that she is willing to look at it if I wanted another pair of eyes on it.
Yeah. She said more about being a line editor for it.
Right. So ProWritingAid was telling me to not use the hyphen on this, but I think it's like it's looking at its rule, its built-in rule, not at the word itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And biweekly is in Canada, it's the common usage is with a hyphen. So I would put the hyphen in myself.
Yeah, that's what I did through the whole piece. I put the hyphen in, but ProWritingAid was telling me I was wrong. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think so. I'm nearly at the end of the chapter. Woohoo! You're almost there. I got some rearranging of chapters done. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you write in, John? I think you write in Word, but I'm just checking. I have some tips for you. I would use the hyphen too.
Yeah.
It looks odd without the hyphen. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I'm like, I'm pretty sure biweekly is one word, with hyphenated, but you know. So I'm going to show you something. Sorry, what was that?
In Canada, it is. I don't know about the States. I would say it's like I know you can get some odd spellings from the southern states that you don't see in the northern states, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. That's okay. My spelling's terrible too. I'm not saying your spelling is terrible, but you can't spell that. Doesn't mean your spelling is terrible. Cheaper. Sometimes I talk too much. Okay, I want to show you something. You might already know this. I apologize if you do, but I want to show you something. All right. Let's just close this ProWritingAid for a minute.
Cool.
So, if you want an easy way to move chapters around, you might already know this. I don't know. But if you change your chapter headings to a heading type like heading 1 or heading 2, and then you go to your, I think it's layout. No, where is it? View? Yeah, view. You go to view and you turn on your navigation pane. You can literally move around your chapters by dragging the headings around, and everything that falls between two headings will move with it. So for example, if we go here to step 3, all of this is considered part of step 3. Now, if I decided that step 3 should actually be step 2, if I drag it up like this, it will drag all of that data that comes between those two headings and it'll move it with it. So rather than having to highlight it, cut it, and paste it where you want it to go, you can literally use this navigation panel to just move things around wherever the heck you want. So you could, if you wanted to name your scenes because you don't know where it's going to go yet, you could name each scene with any one of these headings, like 1 through 4, and then open your navigation pane when you're ready to move things around, and you can just drag each scene around. So it's kind of like Scrivener that way. So yeah, no problem. I discovered that last year, and it's funny because I've been using Word like forever, and I didn't even know that was an option until I saw this thing called the navigation pane. And I know that like when you're doing your Control F to find something, this automatically comes up and it comes up with the results. But if you go to the headings and you actually use the headings as your titles, then it'll show up as a list on your headings list. And you can even minimize it. So if you minimize this, you can just see your top level heading. So for example, this could be chapter 1 and chapter 2. And then when you uncollapse it, each one of these could be a scene if you use heading 2. So all the top level is heading 1. The next level is heading 2. So if I changed this to heading 3, it moves over more. So it could be a scene inside of a scene, you know, or this is the intro of the chapter is heading 2, and then this scene is heading 3. So you can kind of play with it and move it to different levels. It's pretty freaking cool. And since I figured this out, I use Scrivener a little bit less. But again, I'm new to Scrivener too. I've only been using it, like I got it for Nano, and that was pretty much it. Yes, it's awesome. Anyways. So I figured that might be a good tip because you said moving chapters around, that might actually help you. All right. So before we go, I just want to ask Tyra one thing about this whole barcode thing. Okay. The barcode at the back of the book. Yes. Where do you get it?
You put in the what do you call it? It's a barcode generator. You put in your ISBN number into the barcode generator, and you have to pick which type of barcode, and you're going for books. It's a 13 number thing, and it says right on it books because it's ISBN, and it pops up. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, and then it generates it for you.
Okay, so you get your ISBN number from the Canadian Archives if you're in Canada.
Yeah, Library and Archives. Yep.
Yes, and then you take that number and put it into a barcode generator.
Yes, and it's gonna have like, I think it's like 50. It's more than that. It's like 200 barcodes, and you simply pick that you're doing a book. And if you I don't know, when I did it, which I haven't done for a while, when I've done it, what's happened is that the barcode generator, which was not on the library site, but it was linked. I'm going back years ago. It was linked. You just went there and you popped it in, but you had to select that it was a book, which I thought was odd. Now, if you pay to have it generated, it asks you, what are you having generated? You say a book, and it does it automatically. As far as I could tell, the only difference between you generating it yourself for no fee and generating it with a little fee was that they clicked for you that it was a book, and you just, you know what I mean? Okay. So I just went and did it directly at the generator.
You should do that on a video. Like the barcode process.
Yeah, like, and it gives you both the code, like the stripes and the number across the top, and then you just you keep it as I always kept it as a PDF. So every book in their file has a PDF. Now, if you're doing a periodical, you get one barcode and you use it continuously because it's a continuous published thing.
Oh, like a series?
Yeah, like Voices is so it has an ISSN, not an IB, International Book Barcode. Yeah. ISBN, a something number.
Okay. I feel like some of this is over my head a little bit, but we'll have more conversation.
Very simple. So it's international, and the numbers are even your ISBN and your ISSN, they are assigned per country. These are international agreements. So that's why you always see certain numbers and you know where a book is published, because you know from the numbers.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So you need a different ISBN number per country. Is that how that works? Or because if we're putting it on Kindle Direct Publishing,
you're still being published in Canada.
Okay, so that number is not going to change because that's the origin.
But if you want an American number, you have to pay for an American ISBN number, and you have to pay their generator to get any code generated for some reason.
Interesting.
Capitalism. Oh, they just yelled capitalism. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But the rest of the world, even China, it's free.
Oh, really? Eh?
Yeah, which always shocks me. Yeah. But and the numbers are assigned by the international people who assign these numbers. It's like when you buy fruit or vegetables and you see a 9, that means it's organic. The first number is a 9. but that means it meets the international standard of organic. That's why when you buy USDA organic, it does not have a 9. That's because it does not meet the international standard. So I always say, look for the 9.
Yeah.
You'll see Oregon Tilth has the 9, and you'll see there's another one in the States that has the 9, but the USDA organic does not have the 9. You're like,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. All right. Well, I think we'll close it off for the day, and I'm going to keep going with this ProWritingAid. Well, I'm going to have a break first. Then I'm going to come back and finish my ProWritingAid, and then I'm going to send it to you. So, yay.
Yay. I'm going to have brunch.
Sorry?
I'm going to have brunch. Then I'm going to go back to editing.
Brunch. Love it. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. And yes, I'm thinking that maybe one day I might do a specific live stream specifically for ProWritingAid editing to kind of show what process I use and which reports I use in what order. Yes, but anyways, have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, or whatever.
Remember, story comes first.
Bye. Oh, goodbye.